We hear the phrase artificial intelligence a lot these days, but how is the technology really changing business and the future? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us is Jim Wilson, the co-author of a new book, Radically Human: How New Technology is Transforming Business and Shaping Our Future. Hi, Jim.
Great to be here, Fred. Thank you.
Well, you are the Global Managing Director of Thought Leadership and Technology Research at Accenture. And as I said a minute ago, the phrase artificial intelligence is thrown around a lot, maybe too much. How would you describe it to people?
Well, we did a book a couple of years ago called Human Plus Machine, where we define artificial intelligence as systems that can sense, comprehend, act, and learn. And in our new book, Radically Human, we really talk about the fact that these technologies have really been evolving. In a certain sense, we're moving into a new stage of technology evolution. It used to be, of course, when you think about earlier generations of technology, that we had to kind of adapt to machines, the way that we have to contort our hands, to touch screens or to keyboards, or, the way traditionally robotic systems had to be behind gates in factory settings. But, now what we're seeing is that these new technologies are becoming smarter, and they're actually, in a certain sense, adapting to us. And we're talking about new, more natural types of AI systems like generative artificial intelligence and creative AI. There's been quite a bit of media coverage, in just the past couple of weeks about some of the advances in those areas. These natural language technologies like GPT-3 or DALL-E, which is a new technology that's been in the news quite a bit lately. I think the thing is, though, while there's hype, we're also, starting to see that there are, that these technologies are actually doing things. They're beginning to really impact our lives as everyday consumers, as everyday citizens. So, for instance, if you go into a high school or university classroom these days, you're going to start to see that, students can now study chemical compounds that AI discovered, right? And in just the past year, there have been over, a 200-fold increase in the library of known protein structures from more creative, more intelligent types of artificial intelligence. And of course, that's likely going to have a huge impact, on our health and disease treatments moving forward. Or, insurance companies these days are really starting to use AI systems to dramatically, improve those claims processes. And we're seeing a lot of that happening. Or gaming companies using AI to really manage that online experience and to be able to bring more people together. One gaming company that we talk about in Radically Human is a company called Epic Games, and they use artificial intelligence to enable up to 8 million people to play the same game at the same time. I think, one other example that we get into in detail in the book is if you look at the National Football League, for instance, they've been using more intelligent AI systems, actually modeled on the human cortex, to really search and tag its video content to make it a lot easier for marketing personnel in the NFL to create highlight reels and other media from, hundreds of thousands of hours of game tape that the NFL has. So they've been using this more intelligent AI systems to really go through those videos and help those marketers find the exciting plays, or to find similar plays from previous games, or to be able to kind of cross-check games, and plays or coaching moves across games and that sort of thing. So, we believe at an inflection point where AI systems are becoming much smarter, and we believe that companies, citizens, workers really need a roadmap on what to do now and what to do next as this new generation of intelligent systems enters the workplace.
Well, there are people, maybe plenty of people who aren't really comfortable with this. Maybe they don't understand it very well.
Right.
And the potential impact, for instance, on the workforce. How do you address them?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think, it's important to come back to the way that we define the way that we define this brand of artificial intelligence, which are radically human. And by radically human, we're talking about AI systems that are rooted in human capability, but are also really revolutionary. And we really believe that this collaboration that we're going to increasingly see between humans and smart machines in the workplace is going to change the way that we do our work. We're going to see more tasks that can be augmented, in some cases automated. And one thing that we've been tracking over the past couple of years is the fact that these AI systems are actually helping create new jobs, right? Especially for managers and leaders that are willing to do that. So all you need to do is go up onto a job site these days, like, Indeed.com, and you start to see these really interesting new job titles, like explainable machine learning engineer, which is a job we're seeing being created in the financial services sector, or robot minders, or autonomous car trainers, or AI innovation strategists, AI safety engineers. So a lot of new types of jobs are being created as a result of AI. At the same time, the existing jobs in the workforce are beginning to change as well, especially at those companies where leadership is making a commitment to democratize AI systems, to put these systems into the hands of employees. And that's really one of our calls to action in Radically Human, is executives really need to make a commitment to get these tools out from just kind of the IT department or the data science team, and really bring them out into the teams, whether they're in the factory, whether they're in marketing, and empower employees with these new tools. They're getting increasingly easy to use, and they're really powerful, and they can really change the job and make it more productive, and actually improve that employee experience in those companies where those tools are being democratized.
Are there a couple of things that you can point to that might be most disruptive when it comes to AI? I mean, things like autonomous mobility certainly get a lot of headlines.
Yeah, well, I think the point that we make in the book is that if companies simply put in an AI system, if you install it, but there's not the right level of investment in training or reskilling people to use those tools, those are the cases where you're going to see the disruption. There's nothing more disruptive to an employee than they come in on a Monday morning and they're sitting next to a robot, maybe figuratively sitting next to a robot, and they haven't really had the proper introduction. So I think companies are often dramatically underestimating the level of commitment that they have to put into the human factors, right? Into redesigning that work process, or redesigning how an employee should be trained around that AI system. So that's really where the emphasis needs to be. It's not simply about the technology that's going to be disruptive. It's really about finding ways to smooth over that introduction between the human and the machine.
Where can our audience go for more information?
Well, Amazon.com, we have the book is up there. Harvard Business Review Press is our publisher, and plenty of information on the HBR site as well.
And we can point people also to Accenture, I guess, accenture.com/radicallyhuman.
Correct.
The book, once again, is Radically Human: How New Technology is Transforming Business and Shaping Our Future. Jim Wilson, thanks for spending time with us.
Thanks, Fred. It was great.